Give it up for Ricardo. Don't make it dry. Lube it up. Give it up for Ricardo. Hey, hey, there it is. A little bit better, a little bit better. All right, we got some fresh meat. They don't like when I say that, but I love when I say that. I'm sorry. All right, guys. Ready for your first comedian? Or your next comedian? Are we ready for your next comedian? Yeah, there it is. All right, coming to the stage, Alvaro Mendoza.
What's up, guys? I'm Fresh Meat. I don't even have a name. You could just call me Fresh Meat. Because you'll just see me on the shelf of a meat aisle, just lying there trying my new joke, you know? A chicken thigh trying his best penis joke on you, that never works, right? Thanks for having me here, guys. Happy to be here. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a big fan of ice cream. Like I dig dairy, you know. My thing was always like Klondike bars, you know, because they had this slogan. They were like, what would you do for a Klondike bar, you know? I was like, if it comes down to it, I'll just purchase one, you know. I don't care. I'm crazy, guys. You can't even. I'm Fresh Meat. You don't know who I am. I don't know. Let's see how many times I can work in Fresh Meat into my set, huh? 45 references later, you're like, get this fucking rotten piece of meat off the stage. Yeah, I heard you guys pull back. It's okay, it's okay. We're under umbrellas. We're not gonna get wet. You know, pretty umbrellas that got flowers. I don't know. I used to be a project manager, so I used to like enforce construction regulations. You know, really dumb rules. Like my friend's like, oh, you still enforcing regulations? I'm like, yeah, I'm still enforcing driveway widths. You know, someone paves it like 1 foot too wide. I'm like, you're gonna have to cut back this $18,000 job a little bit. You know, it's tough to do that if you're like a people pleaser. You know, like people talk about hell all the time. They're like hell is filled with fiery pits. You know, I think hell for me is just telling a guy named Big Mike to stop. You know, just like going up to like a group of 40-year-old men that have 40 years in construction, having no experience, and telling them that they're doing it wrong. You know, and the thing is I don't even look tough. You know, I don't look tough. I'll tell them that, and then I gotta like walk. They'll be talking shit about me, and then I gotta like walk away in slim fit pants. You know, get in a Chevy Bolt and drive away, listening to like an audiobook on low self-esteem. That's not the toughest thing. It's definitely not R&B music. Yeah, I don't know. But I do different things now. I wrestle. I wrestle, and I'm not in high school. Yeah, I'm an assistant wrestling coach for a high school team, which was not my first choice. You know, I just really liked wrestling when I was younger, but then I got older, and I don't know if you guys know this. There's like not a lot of places where you could just go and wrestle, you know? Like there's no pickup wrestling, you know? You can't just like show up at a court and start grabbing people, you know? Some guy's like, you want next game? I'm like, I would love next game. He's like, basketball? I'm like, no, I want your leg, you know? I don't know. Fun fact about wrestling, wrestling's not a very popular sport in progressive states, but it is in conservative states, which is like weird, and the place where they accept gayness the least. You know, they're like, you grabbed his balls, that's fantastic. You know, but in progressive states, like if you I told a gay guy that I wrestle, I told him I wrestle, I was like, I wrestle, he's like, that's fucking gay. Yeah, I don't know, but I like the job, you know? I like beating up 14-year-olds, you know? I wasn't very good at wrestling in high school, but I am now. You know, I'll hit these kids with a single leg move, they never see it coming, you know? Every single time it's always the same thing. They're always like, Coach, how did you get into my house at 3 a.m? I know, it's aggressive. I don't know. It's partly aggressive. I don't know. Someone got a notification. It's a WhatsApp request for Fresh Meat. I'm here, bitches. Come take me off the shelf. Jesus Christ. I don't know, but I'm actually I'm not hired by the school. Did I miss a joke? That's so funny. I need to have more self-esteem. I'm like, you're laughing? What's wrong? What did I do? I need to have more belief in myself. I'm like, they're laughing. I must have missed like a bird flying through the show or some shit like that. Just somebody getting a shit taken on their face, and I'm like, I gotta work on my penis joke. Make it a little stronger, a little harder. You know? Get it? Penis hard? We're all there. I'll tell you this. I grew up in Lexington, Massachusetts, which is like where Paul Revere did his historic ride. I was thinking about that ride. You think like 40 minutes into that ride, you think his horse was like, "Can you shut up?" You know? The horse is like, "Your breath fucking sucks, dude." You know? It's like, we get it. We know they're coming. We know they're coming. You're waking everybody up. And it's like, that's the point, all right? I don't know. But it was like, it's a very wealthy town. Sorry, I didn't live there. I just went to school there. I grew up in like a middle class town called Malden, Massachusetts. So everyone around me was like a lot wealthier, you know. And you could tell the school is really wealthy just by the types of fundraisers that the school is throwing, you know. Like my school was throwing fundraisers for other towns as if they were third world countries, you know. Some lady's like, "Kids, let's get excited. Okay, we're gonna put on this fundraiser for the poor and unprivileged children of Malden." I was like, "But that's where I live." You know, I'll end off on this. My dad had 6 daughters before he had me. He had me at 57, you know, which makes you wonder. It's like, did he even want to have sex at that point? Did he want to have sex though? Are you sure about that? That's not what because I think he just wanted a male heir, you know what I mean? Someone to inherit his 1994 Toyota Corolla. This shit's not working? No, you're chilling, man. My set's over. There's an outlet at Staples. All right, take it easy. Have a good night, all right? Give it up for your hostess. Keep this bitch going.
Niggas don't act like no bros. Niggas really acting like